I'm Kelsey, and today I want to give you a brief demo of the newly redesigned US Drought portal, or Drought.gov, which you can see on my screen here. Drought.gov is an interagency website that acts as a one-stop shop for drought monitoring, prediction, planning, and decision support information across the US. NIDIS first launched this drought portal back in 2008, but in January of this year, we worked with a team at NOAA's National Centers for Environmental Information to completely redesign the website. So I want to take the next few minutes just to highlight a few key features of the new Drought.gov, focusing specifically on resources for Arizona. So the first feature I want to highlight for you is the ability to view drought information down to the city and county level, which is a new feature with the website. You can do this by either visiting the by location section of the website, which allows you to browse drought conditions, impacts, outlooks and forecasts, and historical drought information by geographic scale. Or directly on the homepage of Drought.gov, there's this little search box here. You can enter your city, zip code, or county. And a little address box will pop up. You can click on your location and you'll immediately be taken to a location page with up-to-date drought information for that specific location. And again, this goes down to the city level. So this is an example of one of our county level pages for Pima County, Arizona. The maps, graphs, and charts on these pages are all interactive and they're pulled in from a variety of our partners. As you can see, you can zoom in or out easily, click on a different county to easily jump to that county's information, or actually click on this little download icon. And this is on most of the maps throughout Drought.gov, which allows you to get a closer view of any of the maps that you see on the website. You can zoom in or out, you can adjust the layer transparency. For a given layer, you can change the base map, you can add or remove state or county lines, and then click this Save Map button in the corner to easily save a high-quality PNG image of any map on the site to make it easy for sharing in email newsletters, social media, media briefings, drought plans, and more. So that's a little bit of the functionality of these pages. Our county pages have a wide variety of drought information. You'll notice at the top here, these blue boxes, which you'll see throughout the website with high-level statistics, trying to help tell the story of drought in a particular region and providing some easy sound bites about drought and precipitation conditions. Current conditions maps, including the current US Drought Monitor, as well as temperature and precipitation information. Maps showing the impacts of drought across different economic sectors, and this is a theme that you'll see throughout Drought.gov. For example, agriculture, showing crops and livestock data by county overlaid on top of the current US Drought Monitor. Water supply information, including precipitation outlooks, as well as stream flow information from the US Geological Survey. In addition to the normal zooming in and out and selecting different counties functionality, this map also lets you click on particular stream gauges. And if you click this link, it'll take you to the US Geological Survey webpage for that particular gauge, where you can dive deeper and find more information. In addition, we have maps showing the impacts of drought on public health, including the Center for Disease Control and Prevention Social Vulnerability Index, which uses census variables to identify communities that may need support in preparing for or recovering from hazards like drought, as well as information on heat warnings and watches, air quality warnings, and wildfire information. Each of these pages also contain maps showing future conditions down to the county level, including measures of atmospheric evaporative demand, as well as drought outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center, and historical drought information. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about our historical data on Drought.gov in just a moment. But this is a time series that lets you jump between 3 different data sets to isolate specific drought categories, zoom in on a particular time period, and to download historical data, either as an image or as a data file down to the county level. So there's a lot of information on these pages, and I'm just showing you a very high-level overview of one of those pages. One of the last things I do want to highlight on this page, though, is this light blue box that says sign up for alerts. If you were to click on that button, which is on all of our city pages, county pages, and state pages on Drought.gov, it would take you to a link to sign up for drought alert emails. This is a recently expanded feature, very recently expanded on Drought.gov, where you can sign up to get emails from us whenever the US Drought Monitor category changes for your location, or whenever the Climate Prediction Center issues a new monthly or seasonal drought outlook. And so again, you can find that on any of those local pages on Drought.gov or right in the footer. So that's just another way we're trying to build on the work that our partners are doing and make Drought.gov a one-stop shop to connect people with these relevant drought resources. So again, our location section lets you browse this information by geographic scale. I won't go through any of our other location pages, but just let you know you can browse at the state level. Our state pages include, in addition to data and maps, upcoming events and webinars at the state level, as well as a curated list of resources, including some great drought planning resources, as well as our Intermountain West Drought Early Warning System page, which again has curated resources for the Intermountain West, including Arizona. Moving on from our by location section, another way that you can view drought information on Drought.gov is through our data and map section, which organizes this information by topic instead of by geographic scale. One of the things we've really tried to do with the new Drought.gov is take data and maps from our partners, bring them together, visualize them in ways that, in new ways that make it easier to understand and to share drought information. So you can view current conditions, outlooks, forecasts, impacts, and more in this section, but I'm going to look at our historical information page as one example of how we've taken data from a variety of partners and pulled it together to make it easier to visualize side by side and to share. So one of the most common questions we get asked is, how does this current drought compare to past droughts for my specific location? And we built an interactive time series graph and map to help answer that question. This tool brings together 3 different historical drought data sets: the US Drought Monitor with data going back to the year 2000, a 9-month standardized precipitation index from NOAA's National Centers for Environmental Information going back to 1895, as well as paleoclimate data also from NCEI, which blends tree ring reconstructions with instrumental data to estimate the average drought conditions each summer going back to the year 0 for some regions of the US. You can easily select a particular data set, zoom in to view a specific time period in more detail on the time series, and then toggle this cursor to select a particular time range. Once you found what you're looking for, the map and statistics will update automatically, and you can click on a state to load that state's drought information, or actually dig down to the county level for all 3 of these historical drought data sets. Once you found what you're looking for, it's easy to share this information by downloading a screenshot of the panel or of the map, or clicking this share/embed button at the top right, so you can share a permalink to this specific data, or actually embed this entire tool into your own website for easier access. And I'll say one new feature we've recently added to this to again give more customization is the ability to combine multiple states or counties to create your own custom map and custom historical time series. So for example, if you wanted to look at historical drought information for a series of counties within Arizona, you could create that custom map here. So that's a really high level overview of Drought.gov. There's a lot more that I could talk about. For example, our brand new by sector section, which we created to show the impacts of drought across different economic sectors, from wildfire management to agriculture to recreation and tourism, or our research and learn section, which contains educational drought resources, as well as information on drought research and documents and reports, such as the regional drought impacts and outlooks reports that are published quarterly, as well as our news and events tab, which contains updated news stories, as well as regional drought status updates that NIDIS and its partners issue to provide timely updates on drought outlooks, impacts, and current conditions for different regions of the US. But overall, we've tried really hard to make this portal a one-stop shop and a useful resource for exploring drought monitoring, prediction, planning, and decision support information, no matter whether you want to look at that information by topic, by sector, or by geographic scale. You can explore the website for yourself at www.drought.gov. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions in the chat, time permitting.
That's awesome. Thanks, Kelsey. I don't see any questions specifically that have come through, but I was wondering if you could just quickly show us, I know you've just stopped sharing screen. If you started again, could you show us the links where you can share drought in your area or report drought impacts, the ones that take you to the See More Drought tool? I think they're on the state page.
They're on the state pages, yes. So again, if you go, hopefully you all can see my screen.
Yep, we can see that.
Yes, throughout the website, but one of the places you can go is the state pages. So again, in the by location section, you can either click state here or select your state directly from the drop-down menu. And you'll see right here, drought in your area, report impacts right at the top of the state page, which will take you to that See More Drought survey so that you can report drought impacts. That's also something that we've added to those drought alert emails I mentioned. In every drought alert email that you receive, there's a link directly to See More so that you can report local drought impacts directly.